morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout out goes to ZenZ. ZenZ was first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus wins this shout out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and I have a neat new drone for you today, folks. This is the Funsky LM12-D Max 2, also known as the LMRC T3 Pro. Okay, at least that's what it says on the box, what this is. So it has two different names, folks. But what is it? It is another folding drone. Let me show you. For portability, you have the drone that actually folds up that you can take with you. It does not come with a carrying case, though, folks, but it is folding. So for those of you who look for a folding drone, that it can do that. Other things about it, it has brushless motors, okay? We're seeing the end. I'm hoping we're seeing the end of brushed motors. Most of the lower cost drones these days are now coming out with brushed motors. So look for that, folks. If you're looking for a drone, make sure you can get one with a brushed motor these days, because that's more or less become standard. I mentioned folding. The weight of it by itself, it weighs only 191 grams, which means it doesn't require registration or remote ID in the U.S. Even with what this is a bullet launcher. It can be attached to this. But even with the bullet launcher, this bullet launcher adds only 38 grams to it, which comes out to a grand total with this installed 229 grams. So it's still under 250 grams with the bullet launcher installed. And by the way, that bullet launcher is easily installed and uninstalled. If you want to fly without it, you can just remove it, or you can install it and attach it like so. It just plugs right in. Very easy to install and uninstall. You want to consider uninstall it, though, when flying outdoors, because it improves the flight performance of the drone, not having to lift that up into the air. Other things about it, it is powered by a 3.9 volt, 1200 milliamp hour battery. Now, they don't see how many minutes this is going to provide this particular drone, but I have a little bit of concern there. A 3.7 volt battery might be a little bit underpowered for this brushless motor drone. I would have been expecting at least a 2S battery, but the way it installs and uninstalls, it slides into the back like so, and that's how you plug it in and unplug it for your different flights. It includes also altitude hold, so it automatically maintains altitude when launched. Plus, additionally, it has an optical flow sensor in the belly. Now, this optical flow sensor looks directly beneath the drone, and based on what it sees, it automatically maintains its position and hover. Makes it very easy for beginner pilots to fly this particular drone, in that really they don't have to provide much input once they're in the air. It'll hold its position as long as they don't move the sticks. It should automatically hold its position. And being such, with the altitude hold, it also makes it very easy for beginner pilots to learn how to use these sticks. But like I said, if you get in trouble, just let go of the sticks, then it'll maintain its position. It includes a camera and also lights. You have a light and a gun, and also lights, two headlights in the front here that also flash on low battery. But it also, like I mentioned, it has the camera, an HD camera that can be swiveled up or down remotely using the remote control, and I'll go over that here shortly. The camera's resolution, though, is, well, it records 1080p at 24 frames per second, but really the sensor on this particular camera is a 720p sensor, so it more or less, it does interpolate, electronically enlarge the video from this camera to 1080p, so don't expect the greatest video is what I'm trying to say here, folks, from this particular camera. This is not a cinematic camera drone. It's not. It's a beginner's learn to fly drone that includes a camera, okay? And that camera, the video from that camera can be viewed on your phone using the Wi-Fi UAV app available on Play and on the App Store. Now, that app uses common 2.4 gigahertz. That means you don't need a special phone or a newer phone. This drone will work with nearly all phones, because, again, it's using common 2.4 gigahertz. Now, the problem with that is this controller also uses 2.4 gigahertz to transmit to transmit commands to the drone. So, in flight, the Wi-Fi video signal is going to interfere. Well, the controller's control signal is going to interfere with the Wi-Fi video signal. So don't expect great ranges from this drone. I would expect to see maximum FPV range of around 30 to 40 meters from the drone to your phone. So, you know, this is not a long range. You're not going to be sending this out kilometers to view that FPV video. Again, it's only going to go out to about 30 to 40 meters. As long as you keep the drone in sight, you should be able to receive video from this particular drone. So let's go over the controller now. The controller uses 4 AA batteries, and it's held in place by this little screw here, which is mandatory, I guess, in some countries to have that screw so kids don't get at the batteries. But let's go over the controls. We got throttle, we got yaw, we got pitch, and roll control. Additionally, we have trim control, which you can set by activating like so and then bumping it until, if this does move in flight, until the movement stops, and then it will remember that until you reset the trim by moving it to the right. It has automatic takeoff, automatic landing. You start the drone's motors by pushing up like so, and then to take off, you push it up a second time and it will take off. You can land the drone by pulling down on it like so. This raises and lowers the camera lens, so if you want to look down, you look down by pulling down. If you want to look up, you look up by pointing up. Additionally, it has headless mode, so it can be pointed in any direction. It doesn't care. This will always be forward, this will always be back, this will always be left and right, and you activate it by pushing to the left. And if you want those lights to be turned off, you can turn them off by pressing this button here. This button here turns the optical flow off. If you want to go outdoors and do some sport flying, you might want to consider turning the optical flow off. It'll make the drone a little more sporty by pressing this button here. It does have 3 rates: low, beginners, intermediate, and expert, slow, medium, and fast. And you cycle through them by pressing this button here. And it takes photos and videos by pressing this button here. A quick press takes a photo, and a long press takes a video. Now, these 2 shoulder buttons are for the gun on here. You activate the gun's semi-automatic shots by pressing it 1 time, click, bang, bang, bang. Or you can go full automatic by pressing down this button here, and this gun will go bap, 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 bap. Now, let's talk about loading the gun. You do get a full canister of these little bullets here. You load these into the gun by lifting up this little lid here and pouring them in. So this is where you load the bullets into the gun. Okay, let's go over what you get in the box. You get the drone, you get the gun, you get the controller, you get bullets for the gun, you get the phone holder that goes onto the controller like so, and that holds your phone on the controller. Actually, it holds my phone very well. Okay, this holds very, larger, thicker phones. This does a good job of holding them, what I'm saying. You get a spare set of propellers. You get a spare set of screws to hold on the propellers. You get the screwdriver to insert those screws, along with removing the screw from the battery bay in the back there. You get a spare battery, 3.7 volt, 1200 milliampere hour battery, and you get a cable to charge that battery, along with the instructions for the drone, for the app, and the instruction manual for the drone itself. Now, here's a big problem, folks. This instruction manual, with the exception of the word instruction and T3, is all in Chinese, okay, all the way throughout it. But it shouldn't be a problem, because this is pretty much self-explanatory. Follow what I show you in here in this video, and you should be able to fly it without that instruction manual. And additionally, on the controller itself, all the controls are labeled in English and Chinese, so that's good too. A good reference there on the controller. In fact, I wish they did that with most controllers. Put the instructions, what the buttons do on the particular controller. So that's what you get in the package. Let's take it for a couple flights, indoors and outdoors, and see how this flies. So hope you enjoy this flight, folks. Now I'm going to go and load up this gun, and we'll take it for a flight indoors first. Okay, welcome to the indoor flight of the LMRC T3. I already have this connected to the drone, so we should be ready to take off, folks. So let's put it on the ground, like so, and give it a little up push on the automatic takeoff. Starts the motors, press it again, and we have automatic takeoff. Let's check that optical flow system, see if it's holding its position. It is. Going up a little bit higher. Now, the first thing I want to try is that bullet launcher. Let's go over to this couch over here, folks. Going to the left, and also its optical flow system. By the way, it is holding its position rather well. I'm going to get over here and get down on the ground a little closer and push it forward. Come up a bit higher. And let's try the bullet launcher. Actually, hold your position there, altitude hold on this thing. Well, the altitude hold feature is a little bit iffy. But, okay, let's take a bullet. Shot. Pressing single shot. Oh, it barely made it. Come a little closer. Single shot. Let's try automatic. Did you see that, folks? Automatic actually worked very well. Come down again. Automatic again. Oh my goodness. This actually works. Okay. Now with that in mind, let's see its flight ability. Getting up and moving over here. Let's come back over here. I want to check out how well does this work indoors. And right now I'm telling you it is working real well indoors. Optical flow is excellent on this. But, just as I feared. Hear that beep beep? The flight time on this is not very long because of that little 3.7 volt battery. Well, while we still have power, let's take a shot. Oh, take another one. Oh, take another one. Oh, oh. That's enough shooting at me. I got to pick up those bullets. By the way, it uses plastic airsoft pellets. I guess nowadays they don't use plastic as much. Come around. Because I think the airsoft these days are biodegradable they're looking at now instead of the plastic ones. But this comes with the plastic ones. Just let you know. Okay. I'm looking at the video from it. It's not too shabby. I haven't actually recorded it. I'm just using the screen. Oh, I haven't even used the screen recorder. That's too bad. Let's start video recording right there. I'll show you the video recording on this. Turning it around. There, I'm recording now. How do you like my hat today, folks? Let's go again. Around one more time. Around the stanchion while it's recording video. Coming around. And there we go right there. So, well, it's still flying. So, take a couple. Let's do a machine gun shot at me. Ow, ow, ow. We're empty now. Oh, I got to find all those little pellets. I hope I can. And there we go. That's its flight time, folks. Not really long at all for this drone. Again, you know, it's a little 3.7 volt battery. It's 1200 milliamp hour battery, but still 3.7 volt. And it's powering these brushless motors. So keep that in mind, folks. Need a little help here getting up here, this old man. There we go. So my final thoughts. Yeah, it's a cool toy for beginners. Easy to learn to fly with on this particular drone. The gun, it's a gee whiz thing, but it does work. It's kind of cute. So if you got somebody you want to tease with, even indoors, go ahead and do that. But again, you got to go find those little pellets after you shoot them. So keep that in mind too, folks. So that's the LMRC T3. Let's take it outdoors now and see how it flies outdoors. Hope you enjoy the second flight. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and welcome to beautiful Pleasant Ridge Park here in Erie, PA. Spring has finally sprung. I haven't been able to fly much this past winter, folks. It's been really bad weather-wise, but today we're going to fly. So this is the LMRC T3, also known as the Funsky LM12-D. Two different names, but either way, we're going to fly this. Now, we're outdoor flying this particular drone, and we don't really need that gun on the top of it, okay? I want to test its sport flying ability, and to do that, I'm going to remove that, and I'll show you how, folks. We're going to put that down here, and you just clips off, like so. And in its place, I do have its plate, and we'll clip that back in, like so, and we are ready to go. Okay, to fire this up, all I need to do is press and hold this button here until I hear the ESCs chirp. I got the battery in. Let me make sure I'm doing that right. Okay, press and hold the button. There we go. ESCs are ready. Putting it on the launching pad. And next thing I need to do is connect it to the controller, and that is turning on and up and down, and it is ready to go. And next thing I want to do is connect to the Wi-Fi. So hold on while I do that, folks. I'm going to connect to the drone's Wi-Fi, and then I'm going to open up the app. Okay, we are connected to the Wi-Fi UAV app, and I'm going to hit start, and we have Wi-Fi signal, folks, as you can see there. So let me hit recording. I'm going to press this, hold down the video button 2 seconds, and it has started recording. So now I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing here while I'm flying. Trying to get my glasses on over the microphone on my hat. And there's my dog. She's going to be excited, but let's do automatic takeoff first. Pushing up on this button here, that starts the motor. Pushing up again. Let's see how that optical flow system kicks in. Okay, there we go. Optical flow has kicked in. Let's see how, now we have a bit of a breeze coming from the left here, folks. Let's go up a bit higher. Wife and dog, but let me get in the picture while it's holding its position there. And I'm here. Let's see if we can lower that camera a bit. There we go. Lowered the camera gimbal a bit and say, how do you like my jacket today, folks? Okay, it's a little bit chilly here today, but you know, it still is late spring. That wind's picking up. Let's see if it holds it. Holds it. It's doing a good job. Relatively good job. Let's go up higher. It's actually not bad. Not doing a bad job at all in this wind. Again, that wind's coming from its left. Let me push forward a bit. Okay, let's go a bit higher. We're only about 10 feet up, I'm guessing. Let's go up to about 20 feet, pushing forward even more, so I don't have to crane my neck up too high. Still holding its position, folks. You know, when they first came out with optical flow, I'm guessing about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, one of the early ones, they were terrible. They didn't work very well. They've fixed that since then. Okay, it's drifted a bit. It's flowing. It's going into the wind. I guess it's trying to fight the wind there, but coming back over toward me, it's still relatively stable. Okay, going forward again, going up a bit higher. Will it still hold its position up there? Yes, it is. Okay, don't tell me I'm low battery already, but I'm going to come down, folks, and we're going to turn off optical flow because we're going to finish this battery out. Let me go to higher rate, second rate, third rate, because I want to see how it flies as an optical, okay, optical flow is off as a sport drone. Coming down lower now. Well, it's not super fast. It's saying I got low battery already, but that can't be true. Okay, we've only been up a few minutes, but let's try it around that way. Not a bad little drone. It's probably because that 3.6 milliamp or 3.6 volt battery. Whoa. Okay, going up higher. Is its lights flashing? Yeah, that's its flight time, folks. Doesn't give you much flight time. I hope the indoor flights will be better. Maybe it's because it's a cold day. Maybe because it was fighting that wind, but that's all the flight time I got out of it, folks. Let me start and stop that video. I hope that video recorded. But relatively short flight time of this drone, even without the gun on top of it. But that's about the flight time I got with that 3.7 volt battery. So let's try it I already did a flight indoors, so all in all, it's an okay drone. Optical flow works reasonably well. But relatively short flight time though, outdoors. I really haven't done the indoor flight yet, folks. It was a beautiful day. I had to take a chance of it. But I hope the indoor flight came out okay. So that is, again, the LM12-D from Funsky. Hope you enjoyed this flight. It's Quadcopter 101, signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.